Yes, good evening. Savva Perchy here from Football Heritage TV. As you will see, there's a great big phone in the middle of the screen. Your face will appear there. If you choose to come on, people will want to have their say tonight after what can only be described as an utter shambles. A doggy and Romero, absolutely embarrassing. Postecoglou's tactics in the second half, just absolutely shocking. What did you think? People are messaging saying we should be proud of that performance. People saying, oh, it's not on Ange. People saying Romero shouldn't have been sent off. What are we doing here? We're going to put the link in the chat. You get to have your say, but there are rules. You must have your camera on. You must have your name there. And if there is no camera, I will not be letting you onto the show. You will get 5 minutes. Have something to say. Don't come on the screen and then ask us to ask you questions. We want to know, what is it that you want to say? It could be about tonight's game, the season, this title-winning sit team that we've just seen exposed. Let us know what you want to talk about. The link is in the chat right now. Please smash the like button and please subscribe to the show as well. Please be generous and subscribe to the show. The link is in the chat. Perchy, just before we get anybody coming in. By the way, this is it. This is it, people. I just don't know. Yeah. Tony has said Tony is 12 years old. Could Tony's mum come and pick him up? Sav, nah, you're not a Spurs fan. From someone that can't use capital letters and can't spell no. You're not a Spurs fan. Wow. Come on and say it. Come on and say it, Tony. That's the point of this show. Proud of our fight. Proud of our fight with 9 men. I'm baffled as to what people have just watched there. Yeah. Okay. So we have got people. We've got Nathan Gain in the back. Nathan, we're about to bring Nathan on. Nathan, are you there? Your camera's going all over the place, mate. Are you there?
Yeah. Thumbs up. Thumbs up.
Nathan, give us a thumbs up that you're there.
Yeah, brilliant.
Okay. Big up, Nathan. We'll welcome Nathan onto the show. Please keep it clean. Any rude behavior will be chucked out straight away. So Nathan,
sorry,
that's all right. What do you want to say, my man? What do you want to say?
Well, you know, it's been quite a tough day for Tottenham. You know, it's sorry, I've got my dog barking. I'm quite happy. Shut up.
Josh, do you want to sort Nathan? Sorry, do you want to sort your dog out and come back? Otherwise, we need to get in a show.
Yeah,
we'll bring you back. We'll bring you back on.
All right.
Okay.
All right. We're going to bring in optimistic. What's the name? It's not showing me. The optimistic but disappointed Richard. Richard, bro, how are you, mate? How are you?
Personally, fantastic. I've lost over 3 stone in 3 months, so I'm very
congratulations.
Happy. Obviously,
big up to the losing weight crew.
The only thing I've got in my head right now is what the hell happened after 20 minutes. We're absolutely smashing them. We're playing them all off the park. The doggy goes in with that 2-footed challenge, and suddenly nobody can keep the ball. The ball's going to them all the time. All right, we got fouled a few times. The ref didn't put it up. That happens every time we play Chelsea.
Yeah.
Then they just lost it.
Would you? The question I'll ask you, I think we spoke about it on the watch along, but I'll ask you the question here. All I hear a lot about is leaders at this football club. Is Son a leader? My question to you here, I'll ask you this one, because where was our captain when all things were going crazy? We had that 10-minute period where everything seemed to happen. Yet I felt, for me, he didn't have that leader that went over to the players and went, guys, let's take a second here, calm down. We're still in this game. Calm down. What are your thoughts on that, mate?
You've got 3 captains on that pitch. You've got Son, you've got Maddison, and you've got Romero. Not one of them did that. I didn't see any of them trying to calm down the players. Certainly after the Udogie challenge, which obviously you didn't think was even a foul. But when you go 2-footed with your studs up like that, he's lucky not to have got sent off right there and then. And it's just I'm sorry to say it because I don't want to bring up his name, but if Harry's there, he's the one that does that. he will calm everybody down.
Mm.
He will know exactly what he's saying. Son's a nice guy. Yeah, he's been a great captain so far, but he's too nice. He can't do the gritty part of going, look, calm down. Ange didn't do it. I didn't see anything like that.
Let me ask you, Richard. First of all, like, listen, massive congrats on losing 3 stone, man. I thought I was doing well with 2 stone. You've done 3. You've come in here to one up me, haven't you? But listen, good work, my man. I want to ask you about look, obviously, you know, I get heated during my shows and stuff, and I'm a completely opposite offline. Perchy will tell you that. But what I was absolutely disgusted with those second half tactics. It didn't make any sense to me that a team that aren't very good going forward, but have got quick players, we decide, I know what we're going to do. We're going to let them keep playing the ball over the top of us and run through. That, for me, just felt like suicide.
Do you know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of when I used to play Football Manager or Champ Manager back as a kid, and you lose a player or you lose a couple of players, but you want to keep the same tactics. And you keep on going with the same tactics just in case you get a goal, and you always get smashed. Like, I get it. We've had managers that don't like changing their tactics, that want to play their same way. But as soon as you bring on someone like Eric Dyer, you can't play a high line. Eric Dyer's proven over the years he cannot play a high line. And then you've got Emerson Royale in that mix as well. Well, it doesn't make any sense to me whatsoever. I was so pumped for this game. I thought we could have easily had them. It's certainly after the first 20 minutes, I was thinking, all right, we could probably bag 3 or 4 goals here. How wrong was I?
Well, I agree. No, it is frustrating, right? It's frustrating. It's a frustrating loss.
Yeah. I mean, we could have carried on going unbeaten, but now I can't see us beating Wolves. I can't see us beating Villa. We are no way going to beat Man City, who we generally beat year in, year out. I can't see us getting another win until Christmas, at least. Do
you know what I said, Richard? No, I'll just keep you for another 30 seconds or so, because we have got a few people backing up. Do you know what I said? When I was asked the other day about Tottenham, Man City, and the answer I gave was that I think Man City will batter us. I think they'll open us up like a can of worms. And everyone said, oh, no, we always beat Man City. You're negative. Even before we went down to 10 men, I was watching Chelsea getting behind. I was watching Chelsea getting behind Van der Ven, Romero, Porro, Udogie, and I'm looking and thinking, that's Chelsea. What are Man City's forward line going to do to that back 4? And I just wonder, have we all gone a bit overboard, Richard, with how good this back 4 is? Because every time we've played the top teams, Liverpool were all over us until they went down to 9 men. Arsenal should have been 3 or 4-0 up in the first half. I don't know if it's as good as everyone thinks.
It's good, but it's still gelling. It's a new back line.
Agreed.
And there's young kids in there. You got like Destiny's young, Van der Ven's young, even Pedro Porro's young. But they've also had a lot of luck. And that's not something that Tottenham normally have. We don't normally have the luck. We've had the luck so far. Now we don't. If I was Ange, I wouldn't play Eric Dyer at all. The next game, I would start Phillips and Dorrington. We're away against Wolves. We've lost 3, 4 players, maybe 5 players. So why not? Give it them. Let them try. They could turn out to be a brilliant centre-back partnership.
Look, Richard, we'll see. You know he's not going to do that, right? You know that the back 2 is going to be Dyer, and I reckon he'll go with Royale. And if he does go with Dyer and Royale, and Phillips isn't even the 5th choice centre-back, questions need to be asked for me. But look, Richard, thanks for coming on, man. Really appreciate your time and effort. Thank you very much. Thanks for being in our little mobile phone, and we will see you later. Take care, mate. We will bring on Loves Music next. My man Loves Music. I will bring him on in just 2 seconds. But the link is in the chat. We will try and rattle through people quickly. But I can see the Arsenal fans are all coming in ready for their 2 pence, and we deserve it. Let's be honest, we deserve it. We gave it to them. Loves Music. How you doing, brother?
Yeah, good. You?
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, yeah. Spursy. What do you want to say, my man? What do you want to say?
I think, look, 4-1. You know, if you picked up the papers today, you'd say, "Oh, Chelsea spanked Spurs." The player I feel the most sorry for, I think, is Vicario. I thought he was outstanding tonight.
Hang on, I agree.
Some of the saves he was making was just incredible, really. You know, that guy's got that warrior spirit. And, you know, the thing is, when you play a high line, Nicholas Jackson got his hat-trick, but, you know, you play a high line, you just get a few tap-ins, you know. But I thought Vicario was excellent. I think our back four is very, 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 very good. Van der Ven, listen, it's just a bad day at the office today. We've lost one game so far. I think everything will look better tomorrow morning. Well, maybe not better, but you look at the clear head in the morning. You think, do you know what? You know, he said, didn't he, there's going to be bumps in the road. You know, maybe this is just another bump. You know, the Fulham game in the cup, this one. But Chelsea were okay. Let's be honest, they weren't brilliant. They were okay. They were okay. I think we lost that game. Chelsea didn't win it. But you know, it's just typical Spurs luck, isn't it? You go and play that lot, and your spine of your team gets totally obliterated. Just going to write it.
Yeah, I want to ask you a question on this because we were watching the watch long and we were saying that something's got to change here in the second half. I felt we were so high up the pitch that, and you're sitting there going, it's inevitable for Chelsea to go and score, right? And the worry thing for me is first time it happens, the second time it happened, the third, the fourth. Yeah. And no one on the touchline, the manager or anyone's going, guys, let's just ride this out and sit a bit deeper. But we carried on. Do you think is that a jink in the manager's armor that he's too proud to stay in his own tactics? Or do you think, I'm happy that he's stuck with what he done?
This is the way he plays, isn't it? You know, I mean, yeah, we had our chances. I mean, but he, what was it, right towards the end there, we had a free kick off that Malmo. I mean, we could have scored then, and that would have put it, I think, 2-1 at the time. That would have put it 2-2. So it's just the way this guy plays, you know, and on balance, it's always worked for him. So, you know, would you want to revert to defensive tactics, or do you want to be easy on the eye? But yeah, I don't know, Perchy.
But was that easy on the eye? Like, is playing all of those players on the halfway line and watching Mudryk, Sterling, Jackson, Gallagher take it in turns to spring that? Was that pleasing on the eye? What I would have praised, I'll tell you what I would have praised, right? I would have praised if they had put 9 men behind the ball, at least for half an hour, right? And said, right, come on, break us down. The same way Liverpool did to us. It's hard to break that down. Break us down. Go on. We know you're not very good in front of goal. Create chances. Close the spaces down. I would have said, do you know what? Brilliant. And then if you lose, you go, cool. But playing that high line with 9 men and Højbjerg and Dyer as your centre halves that have got no pace, mate, that for me, bro, has got to go down as a shocking management decision for me.
Yeah. Look, you can't disagree with that, really, can you? I mean, he's not always going to get it right, is he? You know.
No, of course.
But it's the trouble is, it's because it's that lot, isn't it? It's them up the road. It's a bitter pill to swallow.
Mate, I'll ask you a quick question here, and then we'll keep it rolling in a sense. But I'll ask it: is this surely when we went down to 9 men, the manager must have sat back and gone, do you know what we need to be doing? I need to do what Jurgen Klopp did, because we found it difficult to beat that Liverpool side.
Great.
We had the blueprint in front of us, right? Yeah, we did beat Chelsea. You could argue beat Liverpool a bit fortuitously, bounced off a defender, Matipin goes in. That was the blueprint with 9 men to go, do you know what? And bear in mind, this is a Chelsea team that struggled to score goals. We've allowed Nicholas Jackson to score a hat-trick today. I just think, do you think it's a chink in the armour?
Maybe. Yeah, look, I mean, he will go away. He will have regrets, won't he? It's like, coulda, woulda, shoulda. What if I've done this? What if I've done? I just think on balance, when you think where we were this time last year, 3 years ago, I think the most frustrating thing for me is they were there for the taking. They were there for the taking, big style. And if we had kept ourselves disciplined, even if you took Maddison out of it, if we kept ourselves disciplined, we would have won that game not for sure. There's a very, very high probability we would have won that game. That's the most frustrating thing. Chelsea were not great. You know, let's have it right. Chelsea were not good. We were just badly.
I'm sorry, I will let you go in just 30 seconds because we have got people waiting, but I'm going to go against that. When I think everyone's saying Chelsea were bad, I thought before the sending off, they were the better team. We started the better, but they started getting in, but they had 3 goals disallowed in the first half. They had 3 goals disallowed. They were getting in behind Porro, in behind the doggy, in behind Van de Ven. I think we're doing that thing again as fans where we can't just say, yeah, we lost. It's, but they weren't good. It doesn't matter. They won.
Yeah, you know, the only stat that counts is the one on the top left of the screen, isn't it? But look, I mean, you know, the 72nd minute was 1-1. You know, and you're thinking, Christ, can they actually break us down? I mean, if we've got away a draw at that game, would have been an unbelievable result. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's hard because it's that lot, isn't it? And it's just, you know, you think there's Battle of the Bridge Part 2, isn't it? It's just.
Do you see why though, bro? Do you see why when everyone's losing their mind and getting carried away that we're going to beat every team 4 or 5-0? Have you seen why I don't? I don't because those things happen in a game. Like we said, what if one injury to Van de Ven's hamstring? I said this morning. Yeah. And oh my God, it came true. Like, you know what I mean? So look, look, thanks for coming on. Really appreciate it. And I'll speak to you on Insta. Cheers, bro.
Yeah, I really like the phone, by the way. It's cool.
Yeah, man. We try our best. We try our best.
You do.
We try our best.
Right. Yeah. Cheers.
Take care, mate.
Big up, my man.
Yeah. Good night, man.
Take care, man. We'll bring the next person in. By the way, all I'm going to say is for the people in the chat that are saying it's not as bad as Savva's making out. If Arsenal lose a game 4-1, you will all be sitting there saying Arsenal were terrible tonight. None of you would be giving context. So don't call me out for being honest. Yeah. Don't call me out for being honest. Big up to Abdi. We've managed to get our first gooner in here.
There he
Abdi,
is.
how are you, my friend?
A lot happened, and I'm very relaxed now because that wasn't my headache tonight.
I mean, what did you make of the game? Forget that you're Arsenal for 1 second. I mean, have you ever seen such a crazy first half in all your life?
I've seen mental first halves. That was different because you played really well for about 15, 20 minutes, and then I don't know what Adogi was thinking with that tackle. He was lucky to remain on the pitch.
Agreed.
And then Chelsea, I mean, we played them at the Bridge and we were horrific, but in fairness, they played really well when they started putting combinations together. And with Postecoglou, I respect the fact that he wants to remain true to his principles, but you have to adapt. That's how life works. Adaptation is the precursor to evolution. If you can't adapt, you don't succeed. That's life.
Do you know by the way, just really quickly before we do, sorry, one comment has got me. Sorry. 9 men, Savva. Remember the Hassam debate? Yes, 9 men. When you put 9 men behind the ball and try and defend the game, not when you put a high line and say, "Go on, score as many goals as you want." Sorry, as you were.
Yeah, I think it was Perchy that was trying to say something.
No, I was just going to ask you a question, Abdi, because the question I would suggest on this one is, I think just on that point, I think when you say about adapting, I think, and I'm gonna speak then. I'm not gonna defend Arsenal and Arteta for this one, but I'm gonna say the point here, and this is the real point, is if this was Mikel Arteta doing this, Spurs fans would all be going, he's only got one way of doing things, he doesn't change. But we seem to take it as a badge of honor to go, oh, well, he hasn't changed. Sorry, when you go down to 9 men, they are unforeseen circumstances. You change it up to get the best result. I don't care that he wants to stick to his principles. I want points on the board. If we walk away by playing 9 players at the back and we defend and get a 1-1 draw, that's better than getting spanked 4-1, right?
Damn right. I mean, Arteta made his own crazy decisions over the weekend and he got punished for it.
Yeah. I just sit back and go, and really, I'll ask you another quick question as well, was that you look at now Tottenham Hotspur, they've got Wolves next Saturday. It's going to be a makeshift defence. Who I know you're an Arsenal fan, but take your sort of Arsenal hat away from it for 1 second. But who would you put as your back four? Who would you suggest would be Spurs' back four? Because look at who we're missing, right? We're missing the likes of Van der Ven, Romero, potentially Porro. We don't know if he's okay. He played on, so he might be okay. But what would you do?
You can add a doggy to the list of the people that won't be playing.
Right, a doggy. Spot on.
God, that's a hard one. God. I mean, I don't know because Emerson would have to play. Dyer would have to play. That's already flashbacks from last season.
Yep.
Who else do you put in at this point?
Well, Ben Davies is injured anyway, so we haven't got a left back. We haven't got a left back. This is unfortunately, this is what happens. This is what happens. We haven't now not got a left back to play Wolves. The question's then got to be asked: who do you put in there? Do you put Emerson Royale? Do you bring someone from the academy along into play left back? This is what happens.
I don't think you have a choice. You kind of have to put someone from the academy at left back. Yeah. I know it's terrible circumstances, but certain things have to be done. I mean, Man United had a huge injury crisis under Van Gaal. He just went ahead and brought in players from the academy to plug the gap together.
Yeah.
That's just the first example I can think of. And honestly, I want to laugh at Tottenham, but Arsenal have their own headaches, so I can't laugh. I really want to, but I can't.
No,
look, Abdi, listen, dude, thanks for coming on. You're always a level-headed Arsenal fan. Look, it is what it is. We were well beaten. Everybody in the chat can say they're proud. Everyone can say we were the better team. Whatever you want to say, we've lost the game 4-1. I'm
delusion.
If we're going to be a club that want to talk about winning titles and title challenges, we have to get out of the mindset that it's okay to play like that and lose. You've got to get out of that mindset. Abdi, thanks very much. I'm going to get the next person on. Thank you very much, my man. Really appreciate it. Really appreciate it. Big up Rimmon. Rimmon in the chat. How are you, my friend? How are you, Rimmon?
Hi, Perchy. Hi, Savva. How are you?
Hi, mate.
Good, thanks.
Yeah. All good. All good.
Let me know your thoughts, my friend.
Why are we, as Spurs fans, not allowed to have anything nice? Well, we had 10 games of, everybody's, and you've got the people who are extra positive, like the Jims of this world and Tubers, and some people are negatives. But I had a funny feeling they're going to turn up, and I predicted 1-1, and it just there was a point in the game where if Son had scored and that goal had stood, their heads would have dropped and we would have won. And look, football is such fine margins. It's literally 30 that, and then soon after that you had Udogi's crazy tackle that riled them up, and then it just went to pot. Yeah, Romero, and it's just that first half that gave me flashbacks of Battle of the Bridge. How I know it's more later in the season and it was probably a lot more riding on it, but why can't we just have just a nice? I would have loved a nice 1-0 easy win, but that doesn't happen for us. We must have smashed so many mirrors. We must have gone through under ladders and stuff like that. It had black cats in front of us. I don't know what it is. I've been on my first game supporting Spurs, I remember, was in 1983. So I've had 40 years of this, and I just don't know when will this stop. And it's baffling for me. And that second half, I said at halftime to all my friends, I said, we need to do Conte style, 9 men behind the ball.
Yeah.
Let them break us down. Do not do the high line. And we were winning it for 25, 30 minutes. And then if they had a proper finisher, if they had a Haaland, or even if they had like a Gabriel Jesus, they would have scored 6, 7, 8 before even it got to injury time. 2 injury time.
Rimmon, do you know what? I think this is a really good point. I think that a lot of people that are saying, oh, they're proud and, it's really good that Postecoglou played the same way. The score was 4 because they can't finish their dinner.
Yeah.
You could argue
this is a team.
Goalkeeper, it could have been 7 or 8.
This could have been 7 or 8, but we've got fans now. Like, the chat is mental. Like I'm looking at so many comments saying things like, yeah, but we played with 10 men behind the 11 men behind the ball last year and look what happened. Yeah, but that's in games when you're 11 v 11.
Yeah.
We were down to 9 men, Rimmon. Surely you make it difficult. Surely.
I've got friends who went to the game, and they all said that the team got a standing ovation. Now, I don't want the supporters to boo them off, but I think standing ovation after losing to one of your main rivals 4-1. I understand Vicario, he deserves all his plaudits.
Oh,
And
yeah,
to be fair, the people who let us down were the people who weren't on the pitch. The manager,
you could argue
and the two people who got sent off.
in the first half, certain players on the pitch did let us down. A Doggy, Romero, I think they let us down in the first. But I agree with you. The second half, you expect the manager in the second. I know we went down to 10. A Doggy got sent off in the second half, but I meant in the sense of 10 men down. We go, do you know what, guys? We're just going to tighten up a bit. We're going to sit a little bit deeper than we usually would. We can still hit them on the counter if we have to. The second a Doggy gets sent off, the game plan gets thrown out the window. You go, do you know what? We're not going to get beat now. We make it hard to beat. And I want to get your because then Postecoglou's come out with some comments. So, Rimmon, I'd like to get your thoughts on this. Ange Postecoglou on the high line, even with 9 men. It's just the way we are, mate. It's who we're going to be as long as I'm here. We go down to 5 men, we'll still have a go. For me, is that for me?
It's not a winner. It's not a winner. It's not a winner.
Very naive, because it's all well and good doing that, but look at and I used it. I spoke when we spoke to Loves Music. I mentioned it. Jurgen Klopp is a winner. He knew straight away and went, do you know what? We're down to 9 men. We're going to just try and get something out of this game here, because any point's a good point now.
And they were 12 seconds from doing it. Does this put a mark against the manager, in your opinion?
Listen, Andrew's done fantastic. The first 4 or 5 months that he's been here, he's been a breath of fresh air. Now, he's been a breath of fresh air in leagues like Scotland, overseas, Japan, Australia, etc. Now, if you want to be a manager in the Premier League, you've got to have a plan B and C. You can't just wing it with a plan A. And I'm scared that have we got a manager that is just going to plan A it. When you're down to 10 men, you can probably still carry on with your plan A, make it maybe A/B. But once you're down to 9 men, you've got to have a plan B and C. And you can't just... That shocks me. When you say... Right? But if you're down to 5 men, you just put 5 men on the 6-yard line and just let them pity-patty around you. You can't play the high line. And just think, if they could finish their dinner, we'd probably have a record score against Chelsea, against us now. And that would be humiliating. For all the good work we've done for the first 10, 11 games, it's a humiliation. Right.
Yeah.
I wanted us to carry on this unbeaten run, but in a way, I'm relieved. There's monkey off our back. The rivals will be off our backs now. They'll have their fun for the next couple of days, and what they've wanted is Tottenham to lose a game. Now that we've lost Maddison, Van der Ven, Romero for 3 games, Udogie next game, we can see what Ange does with the fringe players, and hopefully they can step up. Yeah, hopefully they can step up. To be fair, in the second half, Chelsea weren't that great, but we gave them chance after chance.
I want to query this. I'm sorry, I keep hearing this. In this second half, Chelsea weren't that great. I think Chelsea were brilliant second half. And I'll tell you why I think they were brilliant in the second half. Spurs showed them, right, we're going to put 10 men on the halfway line. And Chelsea went, all right, thank you. We're going to play it through you every single time. What did people want Chelsea to do?
Yeah. People wanted them to score. If I was a Chelsea fan, I'd want
they
to
got
score.
4. And they scored 4. So what is it that they didn't? This is what I don't get. I'll call it out, Rimmon. This is what I don't get about Spurs fans. We lose 4-1 and the other team was still bad. That other team were better than us in the first half. Like the first 15 minutes, we were decent. From that moment onwards, they got in behind Romero and Van der Ven. Everyone's been telling me how brilliant they are, the best centre-back partnership in the league. They got behind them. They got behind Porro. They got behind a Doggy. And literally, we gave them an invitation in that second half, and they went, "All right, we'll oblige. Thank you.
Yeah.
We will do every time." It was Nicholas Jackson's. I know this is mad to say about the guy who got a hat trick. It was Nicholas Jackson who wasn't great in the second half with his finishing. Otherwise, that would have been 8 or 9-1.
But in saying that, you've got to see the chances that Tottenham had. We had Dyer millimeters. Son had a couple of chances. Venticle's chance 4 yards out. So we at least we made a game of it, and we could have scored. We could have got that 2-2, and it could have been. And if it had got 2-2, I don't think we would have conceded those 2 goals in injury time.
But what do you mean you don't think we would have? All half they were creating. So why does us scoring mean that they wouldn't have gone on and scored? This is what we do.
Because it's mentality. Their heads would have gone. Exactly as I said, if Son had scored that second goal, they would have come back into that game. And Chelsea at the moment are in a fragile state. And yes, and you could see the relief when Nicholas Jackson scored, because you could see a couple of minutes before that, they were like, how are we going to get through? How are we going to get the goal? Mentality, they're not there. We've given them a chop in the arm by giving them 2 goals in injury time. But you could tell.
Rimmon, I don't get it. Rimmon, I don't get it though. Look at everyone is backing this, what we did on the halfway line. Can everyone not see how all 3 of their second half goals were scored? Am I the only one that watched that game and went, they're going to score? They've scored. They've scored. This tactic was awful. We can talk about if Son had got his goal. We can talk about if Bentancur had scored his goal. But what if they had scored all their chances in the first half and the second half? Why is it that we can't ever just say, do you know what? We were bad. Why is it always got to be, the other team were rubbish? Like we did it with Liverpool. Like we did it with every time. Like there's no accountability from Spurs fans. And yet we sit here and talk like we want to win league titles. The mentality of Spurs fans, we are still a small club mentality. Everyone's bad. We're good. We were awful. Why can't we just say it?
Yeah.
Why can't we admit we were awful?
That's true. And should have had a plan B. But if we want to support this manager and he just wants to play plan A, what can we do? We can shout to the hilltops. We can be on every single YouTube stream and say, and get a plan B, plan C. And if he turns around and sorry, mate, I'm going to be plan A, then what can we do? Then it's up to Levy. Levy will go, right, I want a manager who's got plan B and C, and he'll get rid of him.
But no, Rimmon, I get what you're saying, but the problem is if we just sit back and go, okay, we accept it, then we basically as bad as we're accepting it, right? Like we shouldn't accept it. When I say a plan B, do you know what? This wouldn't have been plan B. This should be plan Z. You go down to 9 men, your game plan, your philosophy goes out of the window. Like you go down to 9 men. Jurgen Klopp, I always will hark back to it. Jurgen Klopp's tactics aren't to sit back and put 9 men behind the ball. But when you go to that situation, he goes, do you know what? I can't get a point. Big managers, I bet you, and I'll flip it this way. I know we've got to move on to other people, but I'll say my last point on this one was, if this was Pep Guardiola, we wouldn't be sitting there going, oh, well, and they get battered 4-1 because they're down to 9 men. We'd be going, well, hang on a minute, why is he just allowed Chelsea to have free reign all the time? I think the key bit here, how many times, and I'll say it also for the guys in the chat, how many times was Vicario 2 versus 1 with a Chelsea player? That, for me, the number of times that happened, for me, was unacceptable.
Yeah.
Sure.
Look,
I completely understand.
We've got to we've got to move on. Rimmon, listen, thank you very much, mate. Listen, everyone's emotions.
And good luck in your partnership. Good luck in your partnership. It's great news. I was a bit.
Thank you.
I must admit, a couple of months back, I was a bit sad when Savva said, "Oh, I'm cutting back down here because I really enjoy." And the fact that you guys it's really good. I've been following all your live streams and big up. And hopefully you go from strength to strength. 100K.
So
thank
kind
you very
of
much. We really appreciate that. We're going to go for another 25 minutes or so. We're going to get through the people that are at the back. Big up, Rimmon. Thank you very much, my man. Big up to everyone. Please keep smashing the like button. There's over 400 in here. We've only got 138 likes. Smash the button. Big up to Ratish. How are you, my friend?
Hi, Savva. Hey, Perchy. Doing very not too bad, thank you. It's just a shame about tonight, but it is what it is. So, yeah.
Well, what did you make of it? What do you want to say?
So many things to unpack, really. I think overall, I mean, it's not the end of the world. It's one defeat. I think the manner of the scoreline obviously is huge. I mean, it hurts also because it's your big rivals in Chelsea. It's not nice to lose to them. Listen, they can have their day in the sun because some of their fans would celebrate as if they won the Champions League. But yeah, as far as we're concerned, I think Ange Postecoglou, I mean, as brilliant as he's been this season, I mean, play with a high line with 9 men is suicidal, in my opinion, because I think he should have followed the Jurgen Klopp template when Liverpool went down to 9 men against us. Just sit back, let them break us down, and and that's just how I see it. I mean, because play a high line against a half decent team. I mean, Chelsea don't score a lot of goals, but then play a high line. They have free reign really, and that's how Nicholas Jackson got his hat trick. So I think it's disappointing for sure. But I mean, I'm not going to overreact because he has only one defeat, and the injuries don't help either.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, I think the difficulty is, and when we talk about the high line, look, I understand that people are saying, "Oh, he wanted to go for the win," but the problem is, you're literally saying to a team that aren't very good at opening teams up, you're literally saying to them, "We're going to make this easy for you." Like if we had did what Liverpool did, it doesn't have to be that extreme. But if we had dropped back, Chelsea don't have that creativity to open you up. They've demonstrated that time after time. They don't. But we've done the opposite and gone, what's their strength? Oh, it's their pace with Jackson, Mudryk, Sterling. What shall we do? I know, we'll play a high line and allow their pace in behind against Dyer and Højbjerg. I'm not having a go at Dyer and Højbjerg. Not their fault. It's mad, Ratish. I think it's madness.
Yeah, and you just summed it up perfectly. It's not like Chelsea beating us; we beaten ourselves. Like we literally handed the game to them on the silver platter. In a nutshell, because like until Son's disallowed goal, like we started very brightly, but then from that point after the disallowed goal, that 10-minute period where we lost our heads, we fell right into Chelsea's trap. It's carbon copy of Battle of the Bridge. You lose it's so ill-disciplined. Romero's tackle was horrific, and Udogie not learned from his first tackle the first time round, got himself 2 yellow cards. I mean, yeah, defensively we're very much hamstrung. 3 of our first choice defenders missing for the Wolves game. I mean, we got to somehow find a way to rectify it. It won't be easy on Saturday lunchtime, that's for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think the worry, and thanks for coming on, of course. And I sit and think now and go, the worrying thing here now is with the manager is he's now set a precedent. He's now set a precedent that this is how I'm going to play. So every team will be sitting back going there. We get 1 or 2 of their players sent off. It's easy pickings for us. Do you know what I mean? You've basically allowed other teams to go, do you know what? If we rattle this Spurs team, they're a little bit ill-disciplined. They'll make rash challenges. We get 1 or 2 of them sent off in a game. They're not going to sit back and make it hard for us. We made, I'm going to say it now, made a really, really poor striker in Nicholas Jackson. Had probably one of the easiest hat tricks he'll ever score. And I'll ask you the question: if this was a bigger team, this could have been horrendous, right?
Big time. Absolutely. I think if this was somebody like a Man City or a Liverpool, it's going to be more than 4-1 if we play a high line with 9 men, if we stick into this scenario. I think to add to that, with Nicholas Jackson, not only would he get the easiest hat-trick tonight, but I think Chelsea would also get the easiest win of the season. Like, because of the high line and the fact that they don't have to break sweat because they just second half, they were dangerous going forward, but then if you have Højbjerg and Dyer at defense, then it's recipe for disaster.
Yeah.
Yeah, listen, Ratish, listen, thanks for coming on, my man. We've
No
got a few people waiting in the background, but thank you very much, Ratish. Alfie, you're up next. You need your camera on. Good man. Speak to you soon. And we're going to go through these. Please smash the like button, people. Keep subscribing. What I do see is I see people that unsubscribe the moment they hear an opinion they don't like. It's a debate show. You know what you're getting when you come to my channel. I'm not a wallflower. I'm not one of these YouTubers that's going to sit there and go, yeah, we're great. It's amazing. You're not going to get it. Real fans at stadium gave standing ovation. Oh, this is one of those fans. You're not allowed to tell the truth. Alfie, big up. How are you?
Yeah, big up, mate.
Hi, lad. You all right?
Yeah, not too bad, mate. Not too bad. What do you want to say about what we just saw tonight?
Do I have to say a lot? I think it was reckless football, really, wasn't it? Let's be realistic.
Yeah. I mean, look, it was. What would you have done? I mean, with 10 men, I feel like we're still in it.
Yeah, I do.
Perchy, you typing? Is someone
10
typing?
I'm playing FIFA.
Ah, it's you, right? Yeah, the clicking is making the sound go. Just so you know. Yeah. I mean, what would you have done? I mean, look, 10 men, you feel like we could still nick it. 9 men to then put everyone on the halfway line and let Chelsea just exploit us time and time again. What do you make of it?
Yeah, 10 men. I mean, in at 11, I thought we weren't great, to be honest. I thought we were okay. First 10, 15 minutes, 20 minutes maybe, if you want to count that. But then going down to 10, to be honest, I think Son is not a great captain in sort of that situation. He too much of a Mr. Nice guy for me. No one got him. I don't know what the halftime chat. I'd like to know what the halftime chat was. To be honest, that would be nice. Because I thought, there's no way we've actually come out and played like that. In the second half, I'm actually lost for words. To be fair.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I mean, what would you have done when the first red card happened? He took off Brennan Johnson, who can consider himself very unlucky. It's been a very stop-start campaign for him. Many people at the time were saying, we would have kept him on because he's got the pace and he can be an outlet. He kept Kulu on instead. What would you have done?
I mean, obviously, I'm ginger and I want Kulu to succeed and all that, but, I think Johnson had to stay on for me. The pace on the counter, like you said, when I was watching the stream, Kulu's not a quick player, is he? He's built, isn't he? You can't. Yeah. The only time he's done really well this season, I thought, was against maybe.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, last question. I'll check to you. Where do you sit? You've got half the fan base that are annoyed. I'm annoyed, not that we lost. I'm annoyed at the manner of the defeat. You've got some fans that are saying they're proud, and Postecoglou saying the players gave it their all. We can't do this when we lose games. We can't get to that stage where we're just praising what we've just seen, can we? Or can we?
I mean, applauding the team at the end sounds a bit dodgy to me, but I mean, I guess the players on the pitch, you can't. If it's Postecoglou that's told them to play that way, it's down to him, I guess. But applauding them's a bit far. But we have done well so far this season. I just don't think today was we haven't done great, have we? Let's be realistic. We've been caught out a few times. I think we got lucky against a fair few teams this year. But today we've definitely been found out. And letting Nicholas Jackson he's going to have mental confidence now.
Oh, it's crazy. Such a player in bad confidence, no form, and we've managed to let him score a hat trick. And to be fair, Nicholas Jackson should have had 6 or 7, if we're being brutally honest. But listen, Alfie, we have got 3 more guests we want to rattle through before we end the show. So thank you so much for coming on. Much appreciated, and good luck with FIFA.
Cheers.
All right, mate. Take care. Right, we go to we go to Mark. I was going to say we could have got all 3 on at once for the last 10 minutes, but we can't because of the screen. Big up, Mark. Mark is assuring me the other week that we're brilliant. Our defense is great. That everything's different at Spurs. He's gone away, and we are winning a title. Mark, what do you think this week? You're on mute.
You're on mute.
You're on mute.
I can unmute you. I think there you go.
Now you're unmuted. Yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Can hear you now, my friend.
Yeah.
I didn't. Anyway, probably yes. I'm going to be a little bit controversial, etc. You know what? I look at this game. It was a crazy game. I mean, the lunging, the tackles, and all that stuff. What Romero made, the absolute kind of biasness of Gary Neville just couldn't wait to get one of our players sent off anyway. But do you know what? I loved it.
What was biased?
Absolutely loved it.
Hang on, I want to know. We didn't get to hear commentary because we were doing. What was biased? Who did Gary Neville want to get sent off? That shouldn't have been.
When Udogie did that challenge, first he was like, "Oh my god!" I mean, football's about opinions. Yes, it could have been a bad tackle, but it wasn't. He didn't actually touch Sterling anyway. So I'm thinking, if you glide past a player, you don't touch him. If he'd have nipped him, I'd say all day long off. But
I think the fact he didn't touch him was probably the only reason he didn't get sent off.
But I'm just thinking of football. I mean, so a tackle. If you do a tackle and you don't touch someone, now you can get sent off. I find that ridiculous. Just me being old. Just me being old school.
Yeah. Okay, Mark. Okay, cool.
Then the next one, where it was, I think it was Romero, the first one.
Yeah.
It was, my God, that's a sending off, and that was worse than the Curtis Jones. This is what he said. Worse than the Curtis Jones. Hold on a minute. Again,
who hates him?
Barely touched him, but the Curtis Jones one for Liverpool, he actually went down and over the ball on his ankle. How is it worse? Ridiculous.
Okay, but Mark, sorry. I feel like what's happening here, you know me, I'll call it out. I call people out to their face as well. I'm calling you out to your face, right? You are doing classic deflection tactics from everything.
No.
Hang on. Let me finish. Everything that was bad about Spurs tonight, we're deflecting this onto what Gary Neville has said about Spurs.
No. I'm not.
Spurs and our accountability.
All I'm saying, yes. Yeah. Okay. There by the by. Okay. Sent off. Probably deserved. We was good the first 15, 20 minutes, maybe 25 minutes. Outstanding. I thought, wow, this is incredible.
Outstanding.
Yeah, I thought, wow, this is we're moving the ball really quickly. This is incredible.
I'm not sorry.
It looked great.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, but after that, hold on a second, Savva, because I know what you got. Because you already said it, because I've listened to the stream. You saying, oh, Chelsea were opening us up at every opportunity. Hold on a second. What I want to say is, Chelsea were opening us up. Chelsea didn't score. We went down to 10 men. If Sonny puts away his chance, it's a completely different game, and nobody can tell me. So then if Nicholas Jackson puts away his other 8 chances, that's what we're still saying, but he didn't.
They didn't need them, did they?
It took them to well deep into the second half to break us down. So what if they scored another 2 goals in the last 5 minutes or whatever it was? So what?
But Mark, I'm sorry. I've got to say, listen, I biased football fans kill football shows. Your bias right now is baffling. You
in
just
what way?
Said in the first half, the word, I can't remember the word you used. What was help me out, Perchy? The word you used to describe how Tottenham played in the first half. You said some of the football was
sensational,
whatever you said, and the way we were moving the ball around. I thought, other than the 2 goals, the one that was offside from Son and the goal, I didn't think we did anything today in terms of playing football in that first half. Chelsea weathered the first 30 minutes. And then,
so my question is,
hang on.
what you're saying from minute one. So what are you saying? So from minute one, Chelsea were better.
No. I thought we were the better team for the first 15 minutes. I thought we were the better team, and we probably we should we went 1-0 up, 4 choices, but you take it. And I said on the stream, listen, you can watch back. I said, go and get the second, go and put them to the sword here now. We're early 1-0 up, but and then minute by minute, Chelsea got into the game.
Exactly.
And there was a 10-minute.
But you're saying what I'm saying. That shoulda, woulda, coulda.
It's not what you said. I'm still saying. You just said, Mark. That's not what Son scores.
If Son scores and makes it 2-0,
he's offside.
Chelsea.
It was offside.
Yeah, just about.
Yeah, but it was. I mean, it is. But
Mark, I don't get it. This is the problem we're going to have all season. We are not going to be able to, as a fan base, admit when we've not been good. Mark, the way we played in that first half, 15 minutes was okay. We scored a good goal, right? After that, we didn't really attack them. We didn't really have any chances. And as the second half grew, they started getting in behind us more and more and more. We started giving the ball away a lot. Van der Ven was giving the ball away. Doggy, Toro, they were all giving the ball away. We called this before there was red cards or penalties. Then they had 3 disallowed goals to Sonny's 1, right? We should have been down to 9 men earlier in the game. I just don't get it.
I get what you guys are saying.
What are we watching?
I don't even think for the first 20 minutes, 25 minutes, we were nowhere near as bad as we were the other week against who was their last game? Palace.
No one said we
were nowhere near like that.
But Mark, that's not the question. That's not the question that's been asked. I think we've got to put different games into different things. This is a different game. We've got to analyze the game as ignore what's happened before. I agree. First 15 minutes, I thought Tottenham were the better team. But the one thing I said on stream, I said, got to go 2-0 up now. Got to put them to the sword. This is a Chelsea team that struggled to score goals, right? To score goals. But the second we got into the sort of the next 15 minutes, Spurs lost their heads. Chelsea were the better team. And then the second that is a doggy makes that wild challenge. I think a yellow card's right, but you could easily see that being a red card in other games. I've seen it happen, right?
Yeah.
The question I would say is where's the leader on our team going, guys, calm down. We're 1-0 up here. Let's not be silly. No one. Then one of what in air quotes is the leader in Romero should have got red carded earlier in the game. Gets away with it because they were looking at another decision, and then goes and puts a wild challenge and game over. Really, looked like.
But then we're sitting on the stream and we're going, oh my God, look at the difference with Liverpool. Where was the leader against Liverpool to get when they got sent off when they went down to 9 men? Where was the leader there?
The way they checked,
they changed what?
Look how they played.
They changed what? Because they didn't let in as much goals as we did.
Mark, listen. This is the problem. This is a huge problem systemically through Tottenham Hotspur fan base. Is that you have watched what you've seen tonight. And the positives that are rolling out your mouth after we've been beaten 4-1 by our rivals, by 2 of our players absolutely losing their heads. The other 2 fullbacks, giving the ball away for fun. The manager then saying, go on, play to your strengths and just counter-attack us.
Yeah.
And we've got fans like you coming on and going, no, I thought tonight I thought we were good.
What would be the difference? Because we're saying we're actively saying, or you're actively saying that the players what we've got aren't good enough anyway. So what would be the difference of those players then sitting on the edge of their box and trying to defend, and the players that we had on, it would have been the same anyway. What's the difference?
What I will say on this,
I give up.
What I will say on this,
yeah,
actually,
you're right.
You know what?
You're
we
right.
actually gave
a
lot
fans
of credit.
Are mad.
We gave a lot of credit to Eric Dyer, Emerson Royale, and Pierre-Emile Højbjerg because I actually thought, do you know what? They came on and they did a shift. The problem was The problem wasn't in that second half. The problem wasn't the players in the second half. The problem was we were camped on our own half on the halfway line.
Right.
We should have been camped.
So our worst defender in a complete generation like Eric Dyer, we should just let him then just defend.
Yeah,
Our worst defender ever, we just let him defend. It doesn't make any sense.
So you agree with Postecoglou's tactics in that second half? Yes or no?
Yes, I do. Because there was no defenders.
Call it out right now.
There was no defenders. We didn't have any defenders.
All right. I'm going to call it out right now. I'm going to call it out right now. You are a Spurs fan. You don't deserve any success. We are such losers as a fan base. That game, right? Watch what Liverpool did when they played against us.
Yes.
Liverpool.
And Savva, what did they have at the back?
Let me finish. Liverpool held out, right? Liverpool held out for an hour when they were down to 10 men, then for 35, 40 minutes with 9 men, right? We had no answers to break them down. Yeah. Right.
But what did it
hang on. Let me finish. Mark, let me finish or I'll mute you.
Yeah.
Let me finish. Right. They made us prod and probe and be patient.
Yes.
We said to Chelsea, go on, there's the ball.
Yes.
Attack us at every opportunity.
Yes.
You can't see how mad that is.
I can see how mad that is. But Savva, my point is Liverpool had defenders still. What proper defender did we have to play with people sitting on the edge of the box? Do you tell me what proper centre defenders did we have? Eric Dyer, that's not a proper centre defender. We had Emerson playing in central defence. We had Højbjerg playing in central defence. And you're telling me it would have been better for people that are proper defenders to stay inside the box?
Come on. Because Chelsea have no way to open it up. Hang on, Perchy. Let me finish my debate here. They have no way to open us up. The same way we couldn't open up Liverpool. When you put that many men behind the ball, you close down all the gaps. Now, what is Chelsea's strength, Mark? Just one question. Just one word. What is Chelsea's strength in that team?
Pace on the wings with Raheem Sterling.
No, pace. That's all I need. Pace. Chelsea's strength is pace. When you play 9 at the back, you take away that pace because they've got no room to run into.
Yes,
when you do.
Between your centre half and your goalkeeper, right?
But when you do that, you have to have natural defenders. We've been saying to the end of time, Eric Dyer is one of our worst defenders ever. And then he played Emerson Royale. Then he played Emerson Royale there. We're saying he's one of our worst players. And then we have Højbjerg playing there. And we're saying he's one of our worst players. And you're telling me our 3 worst players, which Spurs fans have been saying for 2 years, to play at the back and defend. Come on.
Defend for your lives.
He might as well have let them attack.
Okay, Mark, I'm going to...
He did let them attack.
Hang on,
yeah, so what's wrong with that?
Mark,
I give up. Do you know what? Our fans are stupid. I give up. It's mental. We deserve this. We deserve tonight because of fans like Mark. I'm calling it right now. You deserve that defeat. You deserve it.
1 second. Mark, I'm going to ask this question here.
We could take the defeat.
Mark, let me just explain my point. My point here is what you actually said is I actually agree with what you're saying. However, what you're then saying is we haven't got players that are good defenders, right? Okay, so is it not suicidal to put those players with a half a pitch between those centre halves and your goalkeeper whilst you're allowing pace that you said is Chelsea's strength to basically go on.
But you're talking about the end scoreline. You're not talking about they didn't score goals until well into the 80th minute. So his tactic was actually working.
No, Mark. Right, Mark. Now let's try and bring this.
Eric Dyer scores in not offside. It's a different game.
Mark, stop. Let's bring this. Let's just end this debate right now. Think about what you've just said. I'm going to ask you this. You said his tactic was working because they didn't score till late. Yeah. I'm going to ask you this question. Was it that they didn't score till late that his tactic didn't work? Or was it because of the number of glorious chances that Nico Jackson missed?
What difference does it make?
Goalkeepers
What do you mean? Well, of course it makes a
What
difference.
difference does it make?
Perchy, I can't.
Because we're second guessing Angepostecoglou. We're saying that he would have played that anyway. But if we had the defenders on the pitch which were good, he may have not played that and changed it anyway. So we're just second guessing.
We're not. He's come out tonight and said he still would have done that if he had defenders on the pitch. He's come out and said he would still do that. So your point is wrong. He said
but he may have done that.
what he would do.
Yeah, he may have done that with 10 men.
But regardless,
right,
Mark,
okay, Percy, we've got to
we
get honestly, honestly, our fans are we're delusional. We're delusional. I heard all this sort of crap about Conte. We lose and we find a way to justify it. It is
no, I'm not happy about the defeat. Trust me, I'm just not happy about the defeat losing to Chelsea because I can't stand Chelsea. What I'm saying is that what I was watching is that he didn't have that much of a choice to do what he did. He didn't have that much choice.
Okay.
I listen. Yeah. Okay. Listen, Mark, we're going to let you go. Listen. Yeah. It's all good. We're really happy with what the manager did tonight, letting them have 12 chances in the second half. Brilliant. When we played Liverpool, we had, I think, one shot on target, which was by
because they still had Matip and they still had.
Doesn't matter. It's absolutely mad.
We didn't have Romero and we didn't have Van der Ven. There you go.
Don't care. His fault. Listen, thanks, Mark. Appreciate
it.
Nice
one, guys. Big up. Nice debate.
Big up on Arnold. Arnold Woodley's coming on next. We've got you. Big up to you. And we've got Phil straight after. So we've got two more left, guys. Big up to you, my friend. How are you doing?
I'm doing bad. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah, can hear you perfectly fine. Yes, I mean you've been sat backstage, you've been listening on. Do you agree that the manager did the right thing in that second half, especially after going down to 9 men?
Not at all. You should have shut up shop. You should have parked the bus at least, because that pace Chelsea have was getting in that high back line easy. Yeah, it was very hard to watch.
It was, and do you know what? And this is the part I think people miss, and this is the point I think what me and Sav are trying to point out here is you can't give a team that much space when you've got down to 9 men. You bear in mind, I think the point that we're trying to make here, at the end of the game, we had a back four of Pedro Porro, Pierre-Emile Højbjerg, Eric Dyer, and Emerson Royale as a back four. That's our back four. And they're playing on the halfway line. They're playing on the halfway line. We can't allow that, right? That's crazy, right?
Yeah, my heart was beating through the whole match. I was like, one ball of Sterling or one ball of Modric, even Nicolas Jackson, and it's on through goal. And thank God Nicolas Jackson was terrible. Or we would have been like about 7-8-0 down. It would have been my friends would have been laughing at me right now because I'm like the only fan in my country.
Yeah.
And it's pretty hurtful. It's pretty hurtful.
No, I listen. It is what it is. Are you?
No, I'll ask you this. I mean, I think the key thing is I think we turned into this fan base now where if anyone questions anything about this manager, it's you've turned on him. No, there are Man City fans that question Pep's decisions in games.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter if you win. We're football fans. We're going to question. But fans are just blindly backing what we just saw there in the second half. If we go down to 9 men next week, there's no way I want to do that against Wolves and their pace. That's madness.
I don't even know what they're going to do for the next game. We have like 2 injuries, 2 red cards. I'm like panicking to see like Ben Davis and Dyer at the back there again. I was like, woo! But I think it's right we should question the manager on his decisions because we should have like stayed like deep in our line and try to hit them on the counter attack because we were still getting opportunities, but at the same time, if we had sit deep and tried them on the counter, I'm sure we'd have gotten something out of that game. We could have gotten a draw. We could have tried to nick something at least. But The fans, they're crazy. I been listening to that guy little man. I was like, what is going on with him? That is mad tactics. That is crazy.
Honestly, Arnold, this is what we do year after year. When Conte would lose games with terrible decisions, everyone backed every one of Conte's terrible decisions. We're going to do it again this year.
So much.
And what happens is now it's we've only lost one game. Okay, yeah, but that's the game we're talking about. We're talking about tonight's game. If we lose in the next couple of games, it'll be we've only lost 2. If people, the same people, Arnold, that talk to me about title challenges, fans of clubs in title challenges, they don't like losing like that. Arsenal fans would not be happy at that. Chelsea fans wouldn't. Liverpool wouldn't. Man United wouldn't. City wouldn't. But our fans, not all of our fans, are going, yeah, well, we're proud. And Anne just said we're going to keep doing that. That's weird. That's so weird how people want us to play like that and concede chance after chance.
That's why they laugh at us and they say we won't get any forward at this club. But I fell in love with this club. I came to Tottenham as a late fan. The person that got me to Tottenham was Harry Kane. Because before I went in back teams like Real Madrid and stuff, but I love this club. The football was nice on the pitch. The football was spectacular. I was like, who is this club? Little did I know, I'm getting myself into this crazy shit. I'm like, I love the club so much. I don't want to stop back in Tottenham. I love them. I love them. But Postecoglou got me believing again. He got me believing again. But after tonight, I'm like, well,
look, listen, we'll let you go, Arnold. But I tell you what, we're about to see what we're made of without all these players. So we're about to find out. But listen, Arnold, thanks so much. Thank you for being patient.
All right, thank you for having me.
See you later.
Only from Trinidad. You guys got fans here.
Take care, my man. Take care.
Bye. All right.
Bye-bye. Let me get some super chats. First of all, big up Ian JD, who said we can forget top 6 now. Well, I think that's a bit much. I still think we're going to get top 6. Steve D has said still a fan, but that had a whiff of Bielsa tonight. Connor W has said, like I've been saying, we ain't been that good at all. That was shite today. Yeah, I don't think we've been as good as everyone thinks we are. We have been as well. Connor said, yes, Sav, 100% agree. Joshy has said Tottenham set up for a suicide plan, this stupid high line. One, don't play a high line without applying the pressure on the ball with 9 men. Can't agree with you more. And Morton Barley has said, Ange just revealed our tactics for the rest of the season.
It's crazy.
Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. Look, Perchy, I'm going to leave you to see out the show. I've got to jump. I've got to go and squash some idiots. I will see you soon. I'll leave you with Phil.
There we go.
Thank you to absolutely everyone, by the way. I'll leave you with these guys.
Take care, mate. Okay. Phil. You're left with me. You don't get the Savva next now, see? You don't get the Raf. You got me. Mate, absolutely catastrophic second half, right? Well, you could argue a catastrophic 10 minutes in the first half that was just pure, utter suicidal from Tottenham. Just what a way to throw a game of football, right? And mate, talk to me. Let me know. Say what you want to say.
Yeah. In my opinion, I don't think we should. When we should have kept Johnson on the field. In my opinion,
I agree.
I thought we should have took Kulu off, and then sort of played a little bit deeper, parked the bus a little bit, and then counter-attacked them with Johnson's pace and Sonny's pace. I think he made the wrong decision in that. In regards to all the red cards and stuff like that, Adoji, it was a second yellow. He should have got sent off. Romero should have got sent off, and it was a pen.
Yeah.
But I thought it was just a little bit of petulance from Romero. I don't think it was enough of, for it to be a red card.
The first one's silly. First one's stupid. What are you doing? Don't give
it. It's a Romero type sort of silliness. He gets away with it.
I think, you know what, mate? This is the bit that really got to me a bit here. Like, and the first bit for me was he gets away with it. Great, you've got away with this one. Now let's not. Don't give you the referee an opportunity to do it, and he goes and does that, and it just it stunk for me. And you sit back and go, here we go again, ill discipline from Tottenham, 2 red cards. And I think this is the bit that frustrates me. I think it's all great when people go, okay, it's one game. Well, it's not one game, because now we've not got a back 4 for Wolves against Wolves. We're now not going to have Romero for Wolves, Man United, and is it Aston Villa or Brighton or whoever? So, boom, you lose a doggy against Wolves. Definitely won't be available for Wolves. So you've got 2 out. Van der Ven is no way going to be able to play. That was a hamstring. He's out until
4 or 5
January,
weeks.
in my opinion.
Yeah.
Now you're worrying because you're going, okay, who do you play in a back 4? Does he bring in Ashley Phillips into the team? Eric Dyer is going to have to start playing games of football again now.
Yeah.
Do you play Emerson Royale? And this is the part for me that starts becoming a problem. I think we'll struggle. I think Wolves are going to look at us and go, do you know what? The managers just told us their game plan, whether or not they're with 10 men, 9 men, 11 men, whatever. I think we're in trouble. I'll be honest. I think we're in real trouble now.
They are going to fancy it. They are going to fancy it against us. That they play attacking football also, Wolves, and they seem to be scoring for fun. Albeit in the last game, Sheffield United did nick it last minute, but they seem to be playing good football and attacking football. So, yeah, it's going to be an uphill battle with the defensive back line that we're going to be set up. But I think we have to bring Phillips in. We have to. I mean, why did we buy him in the first place then?
Well, he's going to have.
Obviously, it's a future.
He's going to have to play now.
He's a future centre back. He's a future centre back. He's a hot prospect.
He's the present now. Let's be honest. He
needs to step up. He needs to step up now. So for me, it has to be whether he plays Porro left back. I think he has done that before.
I think you'll have to go Emerson. He'll have to put Emerson left back,
or Emerson left back.
Emerson left back. Dyer and it will have to be Dyer and
Phillips for me.
Phillips. That's your back 4.
Yeah.
Vicario looked shattered. By the way, was brilliant today. I thought Vicario was outstanding.
And I thought like the team, as soon as we went to 9 men, I thought the team was brilliant. Like the work, how hard they worked, till the last minute. That in that sense that that they were good. First 15 minutes, I thought we were battering them. I thought
first 15 minutes we were good, but we didn't go 2-0 up. We should have done, and that was the problem.
I mean, I was so confident before this game as well. Against Chelsea. I thought we would beat them convincingly, and it did look that way in the first 15 minutes. But then, as soon as Adogi went in for that challenge, it spiraled out of control. It seemed like the whole team, a few of the players like Romero and so forth, they seem to like thrive off that and sort of make stupid challenges as well. So
my
worry
is I think I'll be honest. I'm getting really, really worried about the ill discipline at this football club at the moment, and I'll say it because, and this comes on, and I'll be honest, and people will not like what I'm going to say, but this comes on Heung-min Son in patches now. He needs to be the captain, and this is what I said at the start. I said, listen, if he's going to be captain, I don't want this nice lovey-dovey guy. I want someone that is calling someone any word on them, saying, no, what the hell are you doing? You've let our side down. You've let those fans down today.
Well, the 2 players that got sent off, they let us down.
They did.
Romero, they let us down.
I agree.
With 11 men, Perchy, I fully believe we go on to win that game. From my point of view, I think
I'll agree with you on this point. I think we do win it. If Son goes over to Adogi and grabs him and says, do not do anything like that again.
I agree.
I think that sends the message to the players, not just him, to everyone saying, no, we're going to stay a bit calmer. And then Romero goes and does it. Listen, everyone's talking about that. He's still got exactly the same thing in his game. Petulant,
and he's been selected as a vice captain.
Agreed. For me,
from the
that's
start of the season.
discipline from a leader of the club. That's not good enough.
It is,
listen,
yeah.
I'm staying calm because it's been a quite heated night, and big up to everyone in the chat, smash the
Yeah.
likes and stuff. But listen, it's happened. We'll pick up the pieces and we move forward, right?
I don't
we move
think it's
forward,
the end of the world, Perchy. I don't think.
do you know what it is? I think what it's done now, and I think people need to realize when everyone wants to sit there and say we're winning the league, we're doing this, we're doing that. Look at today. Today just proves today that a little bit of pressure from Chelsea and we've melted, crumbled. That's the worry. Chelsea weren't even great, by the way. First half, I didn't think Chelsea were great. But second half, then we go to the manager. We go over to the manager and we go, and the manager goes, do you know what? We're going to let him do exactly. We're going to let him do it. And for me, that's the bit that worries me. I'll be honest, that for me really worries me. I'm a big fan of this manager, but his comments after the game really terrify me.
For me, Perchy, like when we went to 9 men and he was playing that high line, it just spells out that he's not going to change his way for anything.
But that terrifies me. That terrifies me because that tells me that we've got a manager now. We've got a manager that will say, well, we could have 2 sent off, 3 injury. If we play this same way against Wolves with the likes of Eric Dyer and a young Ashley Phillips, listen, he could come good. We don't know, but we've not seen enough of him to have a litmus test on it. And we do exactly the same. They're going to look at. If I'm Huang Chan, if I'm Cunha, I'm looking going, I'll lap this up now.
I don't think there's many games that are going to be like this throughout the season. This game was absolutely crazy.
Watch Man City against us. That's going to be horrendous. I'm terrified against Man City. But the thing is with that, what we've got, mate, is we've got an international break in the middle of it. Can't believe I'm saying it. We've actually got an international break in the middle of all of this. And listen, has your expectation reduced, or are you still really super positive of the season?
I'm still positive. This result tonight doesn't define our season. I still think we will be there and thereabouts. I don't think we will win the league, but I think we will be there and thereabouts. I don't think we'll be far away from the top 4. Well, from the top 3, I believe. I don't think we will win it. I don't think we'll have enough. But our squad is thin. January is massive. We need to bring players in. Obviously, Maddison, I don't know what his injury is like. I don't know exactly what he went off for. But there's issues.
No, definitely, mate. Phil, thank you so much. I think I think that was a good way to end it. Calm it a little bit down. I think that was the best way. I think it got all really exciting, all a bit crazy. Let me just see any more. I think we've got all the super chats are done. So thank you very much for all the guys that are super chatted. Guys, we're going to wrap up the show. Please, look, we're about 17 likes from 200. Let's get some likes up. Please subscribe if you haven't. And just a few bits. Alan said about Alan's just put in about the ads. I can't do anything about the ads. Sorry, mate. It's just what YouTube does. Unfortunately, I can't do anything about that. Guys in the chat, thank you very much. Listen, we'll be back tomorrow at midday. I think me and Savva are both going to do the midday tomorrow, so that's going to be fiery because we're going to go on to that. And we've got some Champions League watch-alongs later on. The early, I think Savva's doing the early one, and then the both of us are going to do the late one. So please stick around for that. Make sure you've liked and subscribed as always. And listen, guys, it's not the evening we wanted. I'm knackered. I'm going to get some sleep, and we bounce back. Listen, it is what it is. We move on. Listen,
we move.
We move forward. Thank you very much, guys, in the chat. Much love. Thanks, Phil, for coming on, of course.
No
and
worries.
Everyone else that has come on to the phone-in show. See you later, guys. Peace out.
Come on.